Hi guys, welcome back to the Motor Guild. I'm Tim.
I'm Max, and today we're putting new coilovers on my BMW E30.
Here we go, baby.
We wouldn't be real YouTubers. I mean, Tim's just walked in front of the fucking camera, right?
Professionals. No, carry on. It's all natural, baby.
We wouldn't be proper YouTubers if we didn't do an unboxing, would we? So, these are my new BC, BR, custom, whatever you want to call them, coilover. Tim's yawning, he's bored, we're ready. Oh look, I've got a lanyard. Look at that, I'm going to put keys on that and stuff. That's the best bit. Let's get rid of the rest of those.
Anyone want some BC coilovers?
So, no, I won't show you my serial number. Here we go, but I can register my coilover products online.
Why would you want to register coilovers?
So that people know that I've got them, can't they?
Wow. It's like Christmas came early.
This is exciting, isn't it? It's got Japanese writing on it. That's how you know it's good.
That means it's
through
good.
JDM. It says please read these instructions carefully, so we will do that. Has that got anything in it, or is that just no? So we got front strut, no, rear strut. Yeah. So on the rear of these you've got a strut and spring. Do I need to open the spring?
You should open the spring.
Look at that. So that is goes that way up, I think. So you'll have it side by side and back up.
Wow.
So we got camber adjustable top mounts, dampening settings.
So Max, why are these such a pain in the bum?
Well, so on any normal car, the bottom of the coilover you would have a little bracket coming off of here.
And on the rear, you can bolt it straight to the...
Oh, you bolt, yeah. So on the rear you bolt straight through to the subframe. On the front, most cars would have a bracket here that you bolt your hub to and you go away, 10 minutes job done. These are weld-on type coilovers. So we have to take the front apart, cut it all up, slide this over the top and then weld around our existing suspension. So slightly more involved than your normal setup, but worth it if you know how to do it, slash you have a Chris.
Everything for the lows.
Yeah. Plus this is going to actually handle now rather than kind of go around corners like this.
Feels still better. It's a BMW, isn't it?
Oh no, but now we'll go around corners like this, sideways. Yeah. Should we shut up and do some work?
Yes. Make sure you're really careful when you take your wheels off not to smash it against the disc brake.
So this is what we're fucking off. So these brakes, as you can see, are pretty much brand new, and I've got brand new pads on there. That's because I did these about 6 weeks ago. So in theory, all of these bolts shouldn't be rusted in, everything, so we should be able to get the brakes off both sides quite easy, in theory. But in practice, who knows? But my glamorous assistant William's going to have to go and press the brake pedal, so... Right, so the nice thing is I don't have to take the caliper apart. Oh, fucking hell. I might need the breaker. I don't want to hit my thumb again. Did you WD-40 this?
Yeah, WD-40 it.
Yeah, no wonder it's ripping everywhere. Can I not have a normal breaker bar from him? So the caliper's just held on by two 19mm. So nip those off. And this is not making things easier, Tim.
You are. It's all for the viewers, mate.
All for the viewers. I'm sure they love seeing me undo bolts and then a very close look at my face.
What a close-up.
That's one out that you missed because you were looking at my face.
Oh, sorry. It's alright, I'm sure people have seen a bolt being taken out of it.
That's the caliper off.
Wow, look at that. And then you get your glamorous assistant to hand you... Okay, you got it already. Oh. Nice.
And then we're going to hang that off of... Well, normally you'd hang it off of there, but that's not going to work.
Because we're taking it off.
Yeah.
Can you hang it off that lower suspension up?
No, hang it off of the ARB.
Ooh.
ARB, for anyone in the audience who doesn't know, stands for a real bastard. No, it's anti-robot. Sorry, I lied.
Nice, and that basically just stops any strain being on the line. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Sick.
Right, and then I need my Allen key. Where's my Allen key? Oh no, it's a 5, not 5.5.
Idiots. Why would they use halves?
Because for us Germans and for using the metric system. If Hitler had won World War II, this would have been a 5.5.
That's quite a statement. Wow.
We can just take this heat shield off, can't we?
Yeah, it looks like a couple of bolts. Might need to get the old WD
That's
and
got 30 years of road shite on it.
get the old wire brush and
I'm good at this.
WD on it maybe. That one nearly needed WD.
So, got the bolts out of the heat shield, and rather than pull the wheel bearing off, which is a whole thing, we're just going to cut a section out here of it so we can just slide it off that way. I use some tin snips to cut that. I'm going to use some mold grips just to try and grab it and bend it, and hopefully then you throw it at the top. There you go. That come off. One modified.
Yeah, clean that out with the angle.
Yeah. Tie rod end. Right, need a hammer. Remember how long we were going at it on your Mini?
Huh? There it is. That's it. I think it's gone.
Yeah.
There she is.
That sounded like the intro to Hotline Bling by Drake.
I had my fingers in my ears.
It had like a little 3 squeaks. It was like.
That's way too much.
This is where we're going to struggle, right? Because this. Oh, don't bike out.
You're very loud.
That's not going to come out the bottom of the strut without some extra help.
I'll do it.
No.
I'll just stand on it.
No. So what we do, people who know how to do this job, who
Stand
want
on
it.
it.
Oh, you take out these 2 bolts here.
Fuck that. Stand on it.
No, we're going to take those 2 bolts out there, which are 17s.
Ugh.
And then we might stand on it if you still want to. But
What, do you want to try the standing on it method first?
no, because we won't get it back in the morning without.
We might. Stand on it again? Okay. Well, at least it's not like the Mini and every bolt is rusty and not going to cut. Oh, hold
So
on.
this is your
Maybe
lower-
I spoke too soon.
Lower control.
Oh, not bad.
Guns are steel, mate. Guns are steel. Here's got a bit of bimetallic corrosion. So in theory, now, if I crack this off, it's still held up there, but I'll be able to lever away.
Pivot. Alright.
Pivot. There you go. That came off a lot
Wow.
easier than I
As
thought.
easy as that.
And then stand on it. A little bit more. There we go. So now we're free. Lower control arm, tie rod off, heat shield off. So now it's just the 3 bolts under the bonnet. Do you want to do that, and I'll hold this from below?
I'd love to. That WD-40 earlier, that's all me. Why it's so easy for these to come off. Scratched up all the paint on the top of his. Oh, sorry.
Is it all off at the top?
All off at the top.
Oh, it's a heavy fucker.
German engineering, my man.
Oh,
I got it.
yeah.
Look at that. That is heavy.
It is heavy, yeah. Should we do a comparison?
Definitely. God blimey.
Oh, wouldn't say twice as much, but it's...
Well, you're still going to keep the hub.
Yeah, so we're going to keep the cast iron bit at the bottom, which is heavy. But essentially, that's what we're looking at.
Log that off. Clean this all up nice.
Put it on.
And then weld it up.
What doing?
Abby putting spring compressor on. Never done this before. Don't know if it's
dangerous.
Don't know if I'm doing it right. I have no idea. Should I stop?
I don't know. That's loose now, isn't it? I think it's...
That spun anyway, didn't it?
Yeah, but it's now like way off. I don't know.
I reckon you're ready.
What's the worst that could happen?
I mean, it's not going to go anywhere, is it?
No, because you've got the spring.
But you've got them on it, so...
So, I mean, there's a bolt underneath there, is there?
I have no idea.
Let's do it.
If this fires off and explodes.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's fine.
Bang!
Now, you aim this towards someone you don't like.
Yeah. So, actually, this is not in bad nick. The bearing inside it's alright. The rubber's decent, it's not perished that much, it's something that starts to crack a little bit. But, so it wasn't like they were shagged. But.
Why did we need to take that all off?
You take this out.
What are we doing? Moving this?
Yeah, so that collar needs to come undone. And then this is the shock. Oh, KYB!
Is that good?
No, it just means that it's
Original?
not that original, is it? We've marked up the strut. We've got it at 50mm as per the instructions, which are on the floor over there. So we'll line it all the way around. Basically get rid of all of this.
Earplugs in, gentlemen.
I fell over. Yeah, we did everything. They're all cut up, they're cleaned, they're ready to go on to be welded, so we're going to go and see our good friend Chris. He's going to do some welding for us. He's a top legend. And yeah, is there anything else to say?
No.
No?
Just slap the camera or some shit. What do we reckon,
I think
Chris?
that's upside down.
All Gucci. Positive sounds.
It's raining. But that won't stop us, will it, Tim?
No,
No.
no. It won't dampen our spirits.
Okay, cut. That was terrible. Yeah, we don't have a wheel on this side.
Because we took it off yesterday.
Ah, yes, that's what we were doing. We were doing new suspension.
But what we did do was we welded it, which you all saw. And then we painted it so it looks
better.
better.
Don't show them this side that we've already done.
Yeah, as a practice.
Yeah.
But it's pretty sick. Anyway, let's get going. It's a good idea to take the nuts off before you try and insert it.
Yeah, you never want to insert with a nut, do you? You always want a nut after you've inserted.
Like we're reaching it.
Right.
Get your glamorous assistant to kneel in the wet.
Let me just guide it. So, no, a little bit to the left. There we go. You're in 1, you're in 2, you're in 3. Then we just thread these on. This video is brought to you by the British weather. It's always important to use a really long extension when you're using hard to reach bolts. It should just pivot.
Right.
I mean, we've left these at the stock BC height. It looks okay so far. There you go.
Spin.
quite easy this, isn't it? But the hard part literally was the measuring and the welding one.
Yeah. We didn't even do that.
Yeah.
So that's why it's
But
so
we did the
easy.
measuring and the cutting.
Okay.
Let's just spin it this way. Okay, we'll get that ready to torque. Yeah, so all of that stuff we were saying about modifying the heat shield, turns out down here, I can show you, the shield itself has, where we've cut through it, has come separated. So what happens now is the wheel bolt hits that and makes a noise. So we've got to just bend this heat shield or cut it a little bit more. Yeah, you can see that's where it's rubbing in it.
So yeah, our top tip is just delete your heat shield. Oh yes, look at that.
Oh.
Ah,
It's lower.
look at that. Well, once it settles. Oh shit.
Oh, she low.
That's low.
So that is.
Wow,
finger.
an angled finger.
That's one finger, definitely not quite two.
Is that what you want?
That is 2 fingers on this side. Then you sat on this side. Going to go up another rotor, see if it settles.
Huh?
I don't think I heard any rubbing or anything.
No, it was alright when you bounced off the curb.
Yeah. It was like a little, even I was like weaving up and down the road.
Not bad. Gotta get the backs done now.
So I'm currently sat in the back of the car because it is pissing it down with rain. I've been taking the interior apart, as you could tell. Most of the interior is in the garage where Tim's coming from. I've basically taken off the side panels. I've got to take these seat squab sides off. Both of these speakers, which go here, taken off because the top mounts for the suspensions are in here. So the first one's really easy to get to, but the second one is, you're not going to be able to see, but it's basically inside this hole. And you can't get a tool in there or in there. So you've got to take this seat belt out, which is what I'm currently trying to get this bolt. Which is why Tim's brought me 17. I need a smaller 17 than that, like a thinner wall one if possible. But I've done the same on the other side, but I haven't taken the thing out. Water's dripping on me from everywhere. This is all pissing wet. It's fun. Working on cars is fun. So I've managed to get the seat belts free. I think it's probably the only car that to do the rear suspension you need to take the seat belts out. But hopefully we'll have access to the top mounts now. Aside from that, Tim has put up a shelter, which is, the usefulness is yet to be proven. But hopefully going to help a little bit, keep us dry. I don't have much hope though.
Oh, makeshift tent working perfectly. Doing the wheel. So we're compressing the springs.
If you had lowering springs, you wouldn't have to do this. So we've got the spring compressors on the rear spring, and we're just taking off the anti-roll bar drop link lower bolt, which is a 13 at the back, just because that will allow this trailing arm to drop a little bit further. We'll also need to take off the bottom of the shock, which is a 19mm, and that should just let this trailing arm drop out a little bit easier.
Top tip, instead of spending ages doing up your spring compressors, stick a jack under the lower arm, jack it up, then put your spring compressors on. You don't have to compress it as much. You don't spend half an hour awkwardly with a spanner trying to do them up.
Yeah.
Top tip, brah.
Small. Oh.
Yay. Oh, that's risky.
Spring.
That was an absolute pig of a job. But the spring is out and the shock is out.
Top ones are rubber, bottom ones are plastic. So maybe it's plastic ones for the bottom, or rubber ones for the bottom in case you want less vibration or something, I don't know. You put the spring.
Yeah, that fits much better.
Right, okay, we'll go with that then. So we've got the new spring in. We check the ride height, it's somewhere in the middle, or probably on the lower side. But the fronts were pretty much bang on from what the factory came with, so we're going to trust the rears as well. We've reused the rubber perch for the old springs, and we've got there's a flexible rubber perch that come with a kit on the bottom of that one, and a harder perch at the top. You want to do the adjustability at the top so you can get around to it while it's still on the car. And then the next step is to jack up the lower arm that Tim has and link this ARB lollipop drop link, whatever you want to call it.
So that's the spring installed. Really, actually, really simple. If as long as you've got like a jack to jack this lower arm up, it's really easy. And then send in the what do you call it? A lollipop from the anti-roller back in. And now we've just got to put the dampener shock thing in, which should be really easy, hopefully.
What I had to do is get it in here through this hole, get my finger on the bottom side of it, guide it down.
It's safe to say it's a bit of a fiddle.
Yeah. On a sedan, you don't have any of this.
Oh yeah,
because it's just in the boot. Whereas this, because of the touring, they had to set the seat belt up differently. So all of this structure is all purely for this pillar and for the seat belt. Put the shock mounts in the same place. So that's that side done. What do you want to do? Do you want to start? Have you got that bolt in at the bottom?
in, it's done.
All tight.
All tight.
I'll start putting this back together then.
So I've been, whilst Max has been losing nuts, I had to jack this lower arm up even higher so that this bolt lined up, and then I just sent it in. But yeah, so that's the rear suspension done. Anyway, let's get this side done. Ready?
Yep.
Two hours later.
Are we going to be able to get that jack out?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, so now we got, there's two fingers in there. Ooh, low this side. There's one finger there.
Nice job.
That's it, isn't it?
Cool.
Cool. That's the angle though, isn't it? I need big wheels.
Yeah, you do.
Big wheels, big engine, big exhaust. It's a couple of days well spent now in my books.
Yeah, not bad.
So we've been for a little drive, everything's settled down now, so we got pretty good fitment in the front. I'm fairly happy with that. Could probably go a little bit lower, but don't see any need to. Rears, about the same really, I mean, a slightly wider wheel would probably give us a little bit nicer stance, but it looks, you know, looks about as good as you could hope for with stock wheels, wouldn't it? Really. So, what do you think, Tim?
Yeah, it's alright.
It's all right,
Too bad.
but as you can,
That's how I'd have it. I wouldn't
Yeah.
have it any lower than that.
you'd be a stance hot boy, say at Ibiza driver if you had one like that. So,
Yeah, definitely. I left all the old suspension out for the scrap man.
yeah, they'll take that away. We only had, I don't know if we mentioned actually, the only shock that worked was this one, which is a KYB replacement. So someone had one shock that works. I mean, the rest of them worked on the way down. They weren't completely blown, but they don't spring back out, as you can see. I mean, this one's still already in. So we've replaced 3 non-working shocks with 4 working ones. So
Yeah. So I
it
think,
definitely feels nicer to drive now.
yeah, and it looks really smart now, mate.
Yeah,
It's really nice.
I'm happy with it.
Yeah, I think you should be. Thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you to my
Please.
good friend Tim for helping
Yeah.
me.
You wouldn't be able to do it without me because
No.
I'm a top tier mechanic. So please like, comment, subscribe.
This is going to be out in like January 2023, isn't it, this video?
No, maybe Christmas. I don't know.
Christmas.
It's
Well, we've got the
October
Mini,
now.
we've got the
Got
bike,
Mini and
we've
bike
got
and
this.
So there's lots to come. So please do give us a subscribe and keep watching. Thank you. Bye bye.